In a world of killers, survival is a game of 360 degrees. On the open savanna, twilight spreads across the grass like a warning. The air is quiet, but not peaceful. Every shadow may hide teeth. Every rustle may be the beginning of a chase. Every second is a decision between life and death. To be prey is to live in a world without true rest. A rabbit lifts its head from the grass. Its eyes are not placed in front like ours. They sit wide on the sides of the skull, dark, round, and constantly alert. This is not an accident. This is architecture. Predators look forward. Prey look everywhere. A leon, a hawk, a wolf, a snake. Their eyes face the target. Forward vision gives depth, accuracy, and the ability to judge distance before the strike. It is the vision of attack. But a rabbit, a horse, a goat, a pigeon, a deer, their eyes are built for another mission. Detection. Their world is wide. Their vision wraps around the horizon. Some can see nearly everything around them except for small blind spots directly in front or behind. They do not need to admire the scenery. They need to notice the one shape that does not belong. A blade of grass moves the wrong way. A shadow grows longer than it should. A predator lowers its body before the sprint. That is enough. In the life of the hunted, seeing first is surviving for one more second. A goat stands on a cliffside, its rectangular pupil rotating as the head moves. Even while grazing, the pupil remains aligned with the horizon. This is a landscape specialist's eye. It keeps the world level. It scans the wide field. It holds the horizon like a long, thin warning line. The goat may lower its head to eat, but the eye keeps working. Food matters, but breathing matters more. This is the brutal equation of prey life. You must eat without becoming food. A gazelle grazes in open grasland, but its body is never fully relaxed. The ears twitch toward a sound. The eyes scan distance. The legs stay ready for the first explosive leap. Eating is secondary to awareness. The prey animal lives on the edge of the adrenaline cliff, and the fall can come at any moment. The difference between predator and prey begins with eye placement. Forward-facing eyes create stereoscopic depth. Two eyes focus on the same target, allowing the brain to calculate distance with precision. This is perfect for hunters. It helps a cat leap, an owl strike, a hawk dive, and a human throw. Side-facing eyes sacrifice some of that depth for a larger field of view. Less precision. More surveillance. The prey does not need to know the exact distance of every danger at first. It only needs to know danger exists. Escape can correct the rest. But this wide-angle world has strange consequences. A horse can see almost all around itself, but it may have a blind spot directly in front of the nose. That is why it may tilt its head to inspect something close. It looks awkward. To the horse, it is geometry. Awareness is not simple. Every eye design is a bargain. The woodcock takes this bargain to an extreme. Its eyes sit high and far back on the head, allowing it to watch the sky, the ground, and much of the space behind it at the same time. It can probe mud for worms while also monitoring the air for a hawk. It is feeding and watching, vulnerable and guarded, focused and panoramic. For the woodcock, behind is not invisible. It is part of the map. And then there are creatures that see time itself differently. A fly does not experience our movements the way we do. To a fly, a human hand approaching may look slow, almost like a glacier moving through the air. Its visual system processes change at high speed, giving it more moments to react before impact. That is why swatting a fly feels impossible. You think you are fast. To the fly, you are announcing your attack in slow motion. A dragonfly goes even further. Its compound eyes contain thousands of lenses, each collecting part of the world. The result is not human-like vision, but an enormous field of detection designed for aerial precision. A dragonfly can track tiny prey while flying, adjusting its path with almost mathematical control. 30,000 lenses. One mission. Intercept. But prey do not survive by vision alone. The eyes see, but the ears confirm the threat. A zebra's ears twitch toward a rustle. A mouse's whiskers vibrate in darkness, detecting texture and movement where light cannot reach. A cricket feels vibration through its legs. An ant reads chemical roads through its antennae. Every sense becomes part of the surveillance system. The world speaks before the predator appears. The earth trembles. The air shifts. The scent changes. The herd listens. A meerkat rises on its hind legs in the desert, becoming a living watchtower. While others feed, one watches. This is the sentinel strategy. One animal lends its awareness to the group so the group can continue living. In a herd, fear becomes shared intelligence. One eye sees a predator. 1,000 eyes see a future. This is why schools of fish turn in perfect unison. Why flocks of birds rise together. Why zebras confuse predators with stripes and motion. Why sardines form bait balls that transform one body into 1,000 glittering targets. The predator wants one victim. The swarm offers too many possibilities. Confusion becomes armor. Motion becomes a shield. The collective eye of the group is often stronger than the individual body. A single zebra is vulnerable. A moving herd is a visual storm. The predator's brain must isolate one target from stripes, dust, motion, and panic. Every second of confusion buys another breath for the hunted. Some prey escape by disappearing completely. A cuttlefish changes color and texture in an instant, turning its skin into a living screen. An octopus becomes rock, shadow, sand, or coral. A leaf insect becomes a leaf so perfectly that the question becomes uncomfortable: is it a life? Or is it a piece of the forest pretending? Camouflage is visual philosophy. If the predator cannot define you, it cannot target you. Other animals use deception. A butterfly opens wings marked with large eye spots, creating the sudden illusion of a larger creature staring back. A caterpillar mimics a snake's head. A desert frog puffs itself larger than it is. A lizard drops its tail. sacrificing a part so the whole can escape. Survival is not always about winning. Sometimes, survival is about misdirecting the moment of death. A squid releases ink into the water, blinding the predator's focus. The hunter strikes at darkness while the prey becomes absence. The ink cloud is not just a chemical screen. It is a temporary lie, a false body, a stolen second. And sometimes 1 second is enough. In the chase, time stretches. A cheetah launches after a gazelle. The predator has speed. The prey has agility. The gazelle sucks, breaking the line of sight, forcing the hunter to recalculate again and again. The cheetah needs a clean trajectory. The gazelle turns the path into a question. Unpredictability is the enemy of the marksman. The same rule applies across nature. A squirrel spirals around a tree trunk, using the world as a shield. A rabbit dives into a burrow, escaping into the third dimension. A crab hides under a discarded shell. A turtle pulls into its fortress. A pufferfish becomes too large and too dangerous to swallow. Every defense answers a different problem. Run. Hide. Confuse. Warn. Disappear. Endure. Nature does not choose one solution. It tests them all. And humans have copied these lessons for centuries. A soldier uses a periscope in a trench, borrowing the eyes of the prey to see without exposure. Pilots use rear-view systems. Cars have blind spot monitors. Buildings use camera arrays. Self-driving vehicles use wide-angle sensors, radar, lidar, and thermal imaging to create digital awareness. We are engineering the eyes of the goat. 360 degrees of information. No blind spot. No surprise. Modern machines are beginning to see like hunted animals, because survival on the road, in VAR, in flight, and in the city often depends on the same ancient rule. Detect the threat before it reaches you. A car's warning light flashes in the side mirror. A radar screen fills with moving dots. A security camera tracks motion. A drone scans for heat. A machine learns what prey have always known: awareness is protection. But the defensive machine is not only about seeing, it is also about not being seen. Soldiers wear camouflage to become the background. Aircraft release flares to distract heat-seeking missiles. Submarines use sonar to see with sound in darkness. Invisibility cloaks and metamaterials attempt to bend light itself. Technology is only the newest chapter in an ancient war between detection and concealment. Predator and prey are locked in an arms race of perception. One evolves sharper eyes. The other evolves better camouflage. One learns to hear. The other learns to move silently. One sees heat. The other hides in the cold. This is the eternal chessboard of life. In the deep sea, where sunlight vanishes, the rules change again. An anglerfish carries a glowing lure in the blackness, turning light into a trap. The prey sees a promise. It swims closer. The promise has teeth. In the ocean, vision becomes fragile. Sound, Pressure, vibration, and chemical trails take over. A whale survives with memory and social intelligence. A school of fish survives by becoming a single moving shape. A turtle survives by wearing an ancient shield. Each environment creates its own kind of eye. The forest has one eye. The ocean has another. The desert has another. The city has another. And yet the principle remains the same. To see is to live. For one more second. But the philosophy of the hunted goes deeper than fear. Prey animals are not weak. They are specialists in awareness, timing, endurance, cooperation, and renewal. The predator may appear more dramatic, but prey carry the future through numbers, memory, and persistence. A seed pod bursts open and scatters seeds into the air. This is the ultimate escape, the next generation. Life does not survive only by defeating death in the moment. It survives by continuing beyond the individual. The rabbit may be hunted, but the species remains. The gazelle may run today, but the fawn will learn the horizon tomorrow. The herd remembers. The swarm adapts. The nest fills with new eyes. Escape is not a destination. It is a state of being. At sunset, the Serengeti turns gold. The day ends, but the watch remains. Even the hunted must rest. A gazelle lowers itself into the grass. A rabbit feeds on clover. A deer wakes at dawn and begins the first scan of the morning. Predator and prey rise together. The hawk circles overhead. The eyes below open. The ancient rhythm begins again. Humans are part of this story too. We live in cities, but the old systems remain inside us. A sudden noise turns the head. A shadow triggers attention. A face in the crowd can feel like danger before logic explains why. Our eyes search mirrors, windows, screens, and streets for signals. We are the human herd. We build homes as sanctuaries. We install cameras. We check blind spots. We read news, weather, maps, and warnings. We live inside digital surveillance because we are still animals, trying to survive in a world of uncertainty. A baby opens its eyes in a hospital nursery. The cycle of awareness begins again. A new window to the world. A new survivor learning light. Vision is not just biology. It is relationship. The eye connects body to danger, body to food, body to group, body to future. It tells us where we are, what matters, what moves, what hides, and what may come next. The eyes of prey teach a truth predators sometimes forget the world is larger than the target. The hunter sees one thing. The hunted sees everything. And perhaps that is its own kind of wisdom. To live with wide-angle awareness is to understand that every life is surrounded by forces: danger, opportunity, memory, escape, community, and change. Nothing exists alone. Every movement creates a ripple. Every small warning can save a life. A drop of water falls into a pool. The ripple expands. A new eye opens. The watch continues. So the next time you see a rabbit freeze, a horse turn its head, a pigeon scan the sky, a goat stare across a cliff, or a herd move as one body, remember this: they are not simply afraid. They are reading the world. They are carrying an ancient form of intelligence. They are practicing the art of staying alive. Because in nature, vision is not passive. Vision is strategy. Vision is memory. Vision is escape. Vision is the thin line between the hunted and the gone. To see is to live. For one more second,